What's up, guys? Cruz here, and we're just doing a real quick video on the Jast USA removal from Sanjapan. I just wanted to provide a little bit of context for this video. This was a stream around 7 p.m. and it's a 3-hour, maybe 3.5-hour stream. If you want to see the whole details, link to my channels in the description below. But just a little bit of context on things. I had been up since 5 a.m. I had been on a 4-day convention weekend, and for me, convention weekends are 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep max each night, and it's not really sleep, it's like fragmented napping. So it's a little rough. My brain was kind of out there. I had just chugged an energy drink, so if I seem jittery and like repeating stuff and all that, because like I'm watching my own video back when editing, like okay, you know, it is what it is. If you guys don't want to go through all of that, though, I highly recommend you do take every context cue, because a lot of the stuff in this video is, you know, maybe weirdly out there, but it's important. It's very, very important. But if you want the TLDR, you can skip to the annotation below where we talk about the ending to kind of give you a TLDR, you know, situation. A lot of people are going to do that. That's okay. You check this out. You go do you. But if you're really interested in the situation, I implore you to watch the entire video and kind of see exactly where I'm coming from with this situation and why I think it's important. But whether you're here for the TLDR or you're watching the whole thing, thank you so much. I really have had the most wackiest couple of months, and my YouTube has been slow, but we're back in a major way. You'll find that out in my next video. So enjoy the video, enjoy the stream if you want to go check out the full stream, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, a lot of crazy shit happened, but I think the biggest thing that I want to talk about, because it's the most important thing that's going to lead into a lot of this, it's what happened with Jast USA and the concerns over SB20 with Jast USA, and the word they're using is banned. Effectively what it was is, yeah, they were I think it sounds like it was more of a mutual thing, but let's look and get the facts here. Let's check out Jast entirely, because I love Jast USA. We'll talk about their library and all that here in a minute. There's a reason why it's very important that they're at conventions, and it's not just Gooner shit. I hate all these videos, and don't get me wrong, everybody who's been putting out videos on it, keep putting it out, keep doing your work. You're an awesome YouTuber, whether anybody tells you that or not. You do you. This is my 2 cents, and Jast is very special to me, and we'll get there. We'll talk about it. Look at that. 5,000 likes, over 1,000 retweets, 200 comments. So, first things first, UK is not nearby, and I think that's the joke. Come see us in nearby Birmingham. Yeah, it's right down the street from Texas. You're right. San Antonio, Birmingham, they couldn't be closer. I love it though. I don't know who does Jast marketing. I love seeing their tweets and their posts. Like, I actually don't see them enough. Did I follow them yet? Let's make sure we just have this, because developing story, right? I actually don't make. I should have had this. You see how Twitter works, right? You just get on that shit, right? I actually don't really use my Twitter. I'm trying to get into it now because, like, the Matrix is breaking. It's been breaking around me for years, but we'll get to it. Let's talk Jast. I love this company for a multitude of reasons. If you're on my streams, know my channel, you've seen my Steam library. You know that I've got games like Saya no Uta, Song of Saya, The Fruit of Grisea. I haven't played it yet, but I have it. It's been on my list. Majikoi, Oh Samurai Girls. If any of those sound familiar, it's because a couple of those were actual anime, and one of them is an anime only in my wildest dreams. But I mean, it could be a movie. Come on, Saya could be a film. Let's be real. The thing is here, and I saw Jast. There was fucking Saya no Uta cosplay. There were a couple Sayas. I saw at least 2 walking around Sanjapan. So don't tell me that there's no impact here, okay? But we're gonna talk about the legality. We're gonna talk about the bullshit. There's a lot to go into. We saw their original post already. It says that they were banned from Sanjapan, which, again, I don't know if ban is the word, right? At the very minimum, they were probably asked to leave this year is what I think. But you got it, because look, here we go. This is going to get right down to it. But what I think is that it was a peaceful scenario and situation all around. Bad for Jast. Sucks for Jast, because Sanjapan is huge. We're talking over 20,000 attendees every year. It's big, chat. This is, like I said, it's the closest thing to Hilton, that at the Anatole, like the Acon that I grew up going to before I worked conventions or volunteered or did any of the con life things. I would go to Acon back at the Anatole. It was so much fun. I'd go there with my friends. We'd have a good time. That's Sanjapan, boys. It's big, it's great, it's fun. So check this out. The law was, someone asked for receipts, right? The law wasn't involved. No arrests, charges, prosecutions, trials, or conviction. There wasn't any kind of like, sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave, hand on the gun, putting on the body cam, like none of that bullshit, right? Honestly, I'll be surprised if anyone ever gets charged under this, under the law, because we'll get to that, right? Its power is in this sort of private and self-censorship, not actually having cops arrest people for anime. The power is in the self-censorship. It's in the privatization. So, guys, anime is a billion-dollar industry. If I would have only heard that from, like, one horse's mouth, I may not have taken it as that much of a thing. But this horse is like a 30-year industry vet, and he wasn't the only horse to say it. A lot of jibber-jabber amongst the stables, right? The horses are talking. They're spilling the tea in the water trough everywhere. I don't even know if it was a ban. They were definitely banned from this, in a sense they were banned from this year. I don't think, it's not as like a ban that you think. When you think of getting banned at a convention, probably the guy who went full kill a kill mode, dude streaked butt-ass naked in the Grand Hyatt, that gets you a ban. That gets you a, don't come back into any of these buildings or we're taking you to prison. This shit is less of a ban and more of a business disagreement / fuckery because Jast, I'm sure, paid for their booth. There must have been some kind of agreement, and if they didn't pay, there was an agreement in place with the convention to be there. That's why they were on the list. That's why they were physically at the convention. Trust me, I know these things, okay? There's a lot of misconceptions about anime conventions. Yep, that's a fucking pun. And we're going to get into that later on in the future. That's not what this video is about, but stay tuned, like and subscribe, follow the channel. You've been on YouTube before. We got this. As you can see, a lot of what it is, see, y'all were here, I would have went and visited. I've been trying to hunt down a physical copy of Saya no Uta. Granted, I could order one, but it's something you want to find at a con and then show off to your con friends. Because if you just order it, what are you going to do? Take it to the convention? That's weird. You're going to take a picture and you're going to show your friends in Discord or some shit. You're not going to physically show it to them unless they're at your house, right? So they're talking about politics. They're talking about tariffs. They're talking about all kinds of crap. It is getting fucking gnarly. Dude, Pippa commented, the signal boosting right now, boys. Attack on all fronts. If you only knew. If you only knew, bro. It is nasty. Yeah, like I said, it's free speech. It's your rights being violated. Jast was violated. They got the shaft. It sucks. But it is what happened, right? Here's where censorship is getting bad. Here's where we're getting into the point of, seriously, guys, what the fuck, right? I'm about to have to redo my entire stream. We're going to figure all this out to level up our streaming ability. But, guys, what's going down is this SB 20 censorship. The bill is so vague, and all the other YouTubers already talked about it. Y'all should already know this by now, but if you don't, I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes. Super vague bill that says, what it is, it's a bill to protect children. The bill to stop CSAM material online. 100% agree that a bill like that should be passed. In its current sense and wording, anime, a lot of anime out there, I would say a vast majority of a lot of the shows that I grew up with and stuff, have characters that look younger and all that. It's always been an issue in America. People have been bitching about it for 20, 30, 40 fucking years in the anime industry. Nothing new. Get over it. It's just now, living in the misinformation age, where everybody's got a TikTok, everybody's got a YouTube, everybody's got a fucking opinion, and they somehow lost the ability to keep it to themselves because the magic box allows them to say whatever they want. That I'm using my magic box to say what I want, but I don't do it on that kind of level. I avoid politics, I avoid drama usually. I think that might have to change. I think I have to fucking become what I hate to succeed in this industry. It's a shitty fucking industry. I don't even want to be in it, but here we are. Nobody wants to do their job. From the person working at McDonald's, to the janitors out there, to people working in customer service and stores and stuff, warehouses. Bro, software engineers, fucking biochemists, air traffic controllers. Nobody wants to do their job. It's a job. So when I start treating this like a job, get ready for it to be really weird. All I'm saying. The bill is in place, and it says any depictions, and I should just pull up the whole fucking thing, because realistically what it's saying is, and we did this before. Chat, I made a video. We've already done this whole fucking thing, right? We straight up have a video you can go view. That's why I'm not going to waste my time going over it, but again, we're getting the Cliff Notes. So, let's see, that was a more Texas Senate bill bullshit. But it's this fucking anime ban, right? So whenever you get the chance, go check it out. It's called The Texas Anime Ban, What is Really Going On? And I really feel like this, it definitely peaked a long time ago, but it's only going to get worse. So I'm kind of glad this video exists because it's a way to kind of show people the this and that's of things. But what the Cliff Notes is that they want to take away your rights. Right here, by definition, not only is anime illegal in these, you know, depictions, because what it is it has to be a sexual depiction. You know who decides what a sexual depiction of a minor in a cartoon form or whatever is? It's a judge. A judge who can look at any of these images that I'm about to show, or any of these videos, clips, I mean, and say that this is not it. But in the wording of the law, it technically can be if they want to use it the same way they do against anime. And it's not they're actively using it against anime yet. No one's used it. This whole Sanjapan Jast thing was precautionary. You know? Like, I don't want to say things, but there's conspiracy cogs and wheels spinning in my brain. That's like, I don't know, man. But check this out. Disney characters are sexualized. Don't believe me? More clips. This is me throwing this shit back at them. She's naked. There's her ass. There's just the full shot.
No new seashells.
Guys,
I can't put my foot on it right now.
He's been turned into a human.
this is just the Disney side.
Fall in love with her, and he's gonna kiss her.
And she's only got 3 days.
This is just a thing that happens. And there's always... Now, that's the Disney side of things. Look at this. Look at the actual parody side of things. That's where it's like, people are saying, well, Japan's not doing it in parody. They're doing it just to be nasty. Who fucking said? You? And that's why it's like, who fucking said that this is against the law? A judge because of the vague terms of a bill? Fucking exactly. And to kick somebody like Jast out of the convention for that, you know, even if it was in a peaceful way, it's still fucking wrong. And if we're going to let them kick out OG companies that have been building up anime and visual novels in our community for the last 20 plus years, etc., who are we kicking out next? Who is anime conventions even going to be for if not for the people who genuinely enjoy anime? That's the scariest thing you should think about. Every convention's different. The Misconceptions video is coming out. Pay attention to your local conventions and go to support the ones that you want to support. Support the ones that give you what you want out of your con. Again, we're not going to get too into that. Look at this, and then we're going to go look at Jast's website and straight up look at some of their video games to kind of give you guys that explanation of why they are so important to the scene and the industry, at least when I was growing up, even to this point. Believe me, this. Here's some clips. Right here.
Boy, clothes sure are a prison, aren't they?
If that was an anime character and these were Japanese characters, I can give you a scene just like that from an anime. Trust me. I don't want to say it. I don't want to show it. Look at this shit. Listen to the song alone. Look, there goes their clothes. High schoolers.
Meg and Kent are having space sex. We can't show it, but that's what's happening.
And one more for the road. Remember this scene?
Chris, what are you doing?
Look at this one.
To death by my zipper. Come on, girls, let's go upstairs and make out.
Look at this scene.
Oh no, Connie's been hurt. I guess I should lie on top of her to keep her warm. What are you looking at? It's a cartoon.
This is a classic case, which censorship always is. It never is not a case of this makes me feel uncomfortable, so I think it should be bad and not good because that's my interpretation in my head. That's what the millions of synapses in my brain are firing off. I don't like this. This is bad. It should be illegal. They play the two-way street where, you know, people want to cancel one thing, and then they look at the other side. Oh, well, it's okay if we do it. It's okay if they do it. Oh, well, it's Family Guy. It's South Park. It's parody. It's meant to be comedy. Ha, 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 ha. It's art. So is the other side. If it hasn't proven that to you by now, I don't know how to get it through to you. Bitch at me in the comments. Tell me what you think. I want you to blow that comment section up. In fact, I'm counting on it. Let me know why you think that anything I said in this video is incorrect, and I'll gladly talk to you about it. Let's talk about why the importance of Jast and why they should never have been removed from the con floor in the first place. These were the people who were boots on the ground back in the day to get shit to pop. And then when it popped, all of a sudden, this is not okay. Oh, no, this isn't family friendly. MasterCard and Visa, let's freeze everything. You can't buy this stuff because we say so. You're letting a card company limit what you can and can't buy with your own money. Look at that. It's about privateering. It's about control. They want to own it. There's a bunch of rich politicians. They're out there lobbying for all these fucking things to come into place because they're not making money off this billion-dollar industry. They're not getting their piece. So they need to shut it down and figure out how to control it. They did it with alcohol. Remember Prohibition? Huh? They did it with alcohol. They did it with drugs. They're still doing it with drugs. Safe drugs. Cannabis, etc. Safe drugs. They're still doing it. And they're trying to do it to anime now. Because they're not getting their piece. They need to tear it down so they can come in and swoop in and buy it back while it's cheap and fucking own that empire. It's not okay. And there are companies out there, and again, this stuff comes from information from beyond, you know? You don't know where this stuff comes from, and I will never fucking tell you where it comes from. But just this weekend, I was told a couple of company names that I 100% believe with their net worth, they could do it. A couple company names who could start swooping into these towns and offering small anime companies more money than they've ever made in the 5, 6, 10 years they've been running to shut down and give them the rights to their fucking market. They can. I'm not saying they're gonna. That doesn't mean that the anime company, or I'm sorry, it doesn't mean the convention or entertainment group, technically we're talking, because anime and anime conventions, very separate things in the same world. Anime conventions are trade shows, right? They're events. It's the event planning and event running industry in the genre of anime, gaming, pop culture. Because now anime falls under pop culture, just like comic books and everything else before it. So we get all these new people coming in. They're uncomfortable with what exists. It's not the way they want it to be. And it's just the way of it. Now, the other side of this, though, is what if Jast... I understand why the whole SB thing, the ban thing, or they were removed from the convention. Let's just go with that wording right now, that terminology. They were removed from the convention. I understand the why and how. What we don't know yet, and what I haven't been able to find research, and granted, my research was on a cell phone on a train, so I did what I could on the way here. What we don't know, the missing piece of this puzzle, is how. The how and why of Jast getting eventually talked to. Friday at some point, I don't know if it was there in the night market or the regular market, I didn't get to see Jast. They were gone before I got to go see. I wonder if it was, and again, we don't know who it was, but it could have been convention staff who got butthurt about something and said, oh, this is problematic. I'm going to go report this and try to get it removed from our con floor. We don't know if that was the case. I would hope it's not the case. But it's something that could definitely happen in a show that employs, you know, hundreds of people on a staff and volunteer angle. Like, that's a lot. So it could have been. It could have been an attendee. So many families, so many children, so many stuff like that. I would assume that Jast would have been in the 18-plus market. But again, let's assume for the sake of content right now that they were in the regular market. You know, the stories are going to come out. I'm not a fucking news reporter. I'm just a YouTuber, right? Let's assume that they were in that space. Let's assume that they were selling their games. Not every game from Jast USA is 18-plus. Not every game falls under any kind of adult stuff whatsoever. Most of them do. These are games that other companies are censoring, which is good that they censor it because that means that more people are going to play the game because they're going to see the adult stuff. A lot of people skip it because they're like, oh, I'm not into hentai. It's not Gooner games. Well, I mean, it is, but it's not all Gooner games or that fucking... It's just not, okay? And just missing out on some of this stuff, some of these games and titles should be absolutely criminal. And if you can't peddle, you know, one of the companies that help build visual novels in the West, if you can't peddle visual novels at an anime convention, where the fuck can you sell them? It's the most concerning part about this whole situation, you know? And it's what's got my fucking jimmies rustled, right? I'm going full crash out mode on this because I'm just angry with it all. I'm mad that companies can come in, whether they be credit card companies with, you know, gaming places saying, well, you can't make your purchases now, or if they're, you know, events that are like, hey, you can't sell your items here. If it was like a straight up hentai booth or something in the middle of a dealer room, you know, at 1 p.m. on a Friday, I could see, hey, maybe we should have put them in the 18 plus market. But something tells me, here's my other theory, chat. Theory time. Remember how we said it could be a staffer, could have been an angry mom, it could have been a kid, someone got reported it, blah, blah, blah. Here's the fourth one, or third or whatever, right? Here's the option that I think makes even more sense. This is on the hypothetical that what if they're in the 18 plus market, right? Because again, I don't remember which room they were in. I didn't get to see them. They were gone. What if they were in the 18 plus market where you have to show your ID? People know what they're getting into when they go in there. And they saw physical copies of things like Fruit of Grisaia, or what's a good example? Let's check out their games. They saw physical copies of Saya no Uta, or dude, there's boys love in here. Dramatical Murder is a boys love like staple. It always has been. Like, but what if they saw physical copies of this shit and they're like, okay, I don't know about this. They see this, okay, fuck yeah, this is great. Yeah, get it, queen. Oh, pie, big tits, mommy milkies. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Wait, what's this? Oh, this looks bad. Oh, they don't have, some of these characters don't have tits. Oh no, they're short. Problematic, problematic, problematic. Go to prison, problematic, get out. That's what it is. What I do want to make is videos like this. Remember how I said people are like, this is problematic, it's bad. Guys, let me show you this video I made. Before we look at the comments, we're looking at analytics. When it came out, it popped off. As you can see, right after coming out, the video plateaued, which is normal for a small creator. Do you know why it popped off? Viewer engagement. As you can see, most people watched not even 20 seconds of the video. Like people do with the TikTok attention span, they skim the video. And if I was popular or said something super like egregious, which I think I kind of did, I hurt some of these people. You'll see the comments. I think, you know, people don't like to be told the truth. They don't like to be told that they're wrong and this is why you're wrong. And then they'll be like, no, but why can't you poke holes in my logic? I have my receipts. Where are yours, right? Most people don't watch this shit. It's there in black and white. So why do people think that they have the right to say the kind of bullshit they say in the comment section? Let's look at the actual, this is what's live right now. This is what, if you found my YouTube channel right now, this is what you'd find. Good point. Melina was tweaking. Yes, she fucking was. They're referring to, they're referring to this crazy bitch right here that we called out, right? Video was well needed. So tired of uncultured Americans trying to tell it how it is. That's a little, okay, dude, you came off a little, maybe dial it back some. Opinion is a pretty lukewarm take. Didn't most people learn to differentiate media and real life by primary school? You would think so, right? By the way, this is Zoe. They're one of my favorite, like little followers, people who watch me. Zoe's a friend. Reject Outcast. Feel like people don't understand the difference in culture at all. This person, that's a pretty normal take. And I feel like most non-weebs, if they watch certain anime content, would think the same. Here we go. Red alert. It's a pretty normal take. Anime, visual novels, stuff like that, isn't pretty normal. It's becoming more normalized, but it's not normal. It's an art form, just like movies, music, TV shows. It's meant to entertain. If you are getting anything from that entertainment, be it a sexual thrill, a disturbed feeling, you think it's problematic, it makes you feel all tingly, you're not, I feel bad, I don't want to watch this looks bad. If it's making you feel anything, then the art's already doing its job. It's meant to, art brings out emotion. Like, the best part about art is that if there's something out there that doesn't exist, like from music, I like rock music, I like rap music, I like punk music, I like old country music, I don't like new country music. I'm not the biggest fan of classical music. I really don't like pop music very much. A couple songs here and there, yeah, I'll bop to it. But I don't like pop music. I don't like Baby No Money. I think he's a fucking hack. We'll get there. Yeah, hit the comments. Blow me up. It's just not my jam. But here's the thing. I'm not telling you this is problematic. Baby No Money's really bad. I don't go around telling people that because that's my own business. I keep my opinion to myself. There are people who like Baby No Money. There are people who like new country music. There are people who like modern pop music. That's okay. Stay in your lane, have fun. I'm not going to go to a Taylor Swift concert and say, Boo, your music's terrible. You fucking suck. You suck for listening to it. Whatever the case, right? It's the exact same thing with anime, but for whatever reason, because it's anime, exclusively, people have to nitpick it. And now that companies like Netflix and, you know, Sony and other media things are involved, it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. This information will continue to spread even worse. This shit speaks for itself, chat. So, should Jast have been removed? Absolutely fucking not. Why were they removed? I can't wait to find out the who, the what, the where. I hope that I'm connected enough to know the who, the what, the where. I also hope that once I figure out the who, the what, the where, or even make these inquiries, or even release this YouTube video, I hope things don't change. I've always had this fear of, if I start speaking out on this, and that, I wonder if opinions would change. Back in the day, I did a similar situation where I bought a Konosuba cup. It's a cup I've used on stream. This is a friend of mine, and she's like a sister, right? She's a really good friend. But she goes, oh, that's a pretty cup. I'm like, yeah, check it out. Got the one. Ooh, the next one. Ooh, you know, the curves, the ass, the opie, looking good. We got darkness, aqua, go to Megumi. And then she's like, yeah, the age of that one, though, I don't know. And I'm like, are you really talking about a character age on a cup? You're saying that because this character, this fictional cartoon character, is canonically not 18 years of age, it's sus that I have it on a tumbler when she's a main character? Okay? If you want to go that route to pull someone like Jast USA out of the convention, you may as well start going down Artist Alley and pulling out every single piece of art that you think that has a character under the age of 18, right? Go pull, what do we got? There's so fucking much to choose from, chat, right? Uma Musume, a lot of those characters are under that age. I've seen a lot of art for that. But let's specifically talk lewds, okay? Everybody's favorite Twitch topic. VTubers. VTubers. Super popular. I love VTubers. Don't get it twisted. Saying it here. Do you know how much lewd VTuber art exists? Not just at conventions in a public space, but just entirely? If you were to go through that 18 plus market and a lot of the things that were out there, you would have to start banning booths left and fucking right. You would have to go to all these DVD booths, anybody selling anime DVDs, and start looking for anything remotely fan servicey like out there. You would have to go pull the copies of season 1 of My Dress Up Darling. You would have to ban anybody selling a copy of My Dress Up Darling. Does it count for light novels? What about sexy light novels? How about these over here, guys? Let's put the pedal to the metal, boys. Let's look. Bam! Your boy committed a felony. According to if a state lawmaker decides, fuck it, this guy has, this is simulated CSAM material, arrest him. They gave themselves too much power. If we're not standing up talking about it, nothing's going to be done. And if people see, like when someone tries to talk about it and tries to defend this kind of stuff, and they see it and go, nope, this is bad, you're problematic, you're a criminal, you're part of the problem, we don't want you in our community, get out of the anime community. I love it when they say it's our community and you don't belong. You're damn near 20, 25 years too fucking early to say that to me and the majority of convention goers around you. It's sad that we're living in a time where people just look, assume, and don't research. The fact remains, though, that, like, is this illegal? Is Family Guy illegal? What is illegal? According to the bill, whatever they say is illegal. They just have to see it and say it first. So you don't know if you own anything illegal. They're going to have to go into every Barnes & Noble, Staples, did I say fucking Staples? What is wrong with me? I can't think today, guys. This is day 4 or 5 of Con Brain. I haven't slept yet. I haven't had a night's sleep, so we're getting there. But they'd have to go into Barnes & Noble. They'd have to go into, there's so many bookshops popping up, Kinokuniya and stuff like that. But just regular old Borders. Borders is the one. Borders bookstore. All these bookstores have this kind of stuff sitting on their shelf. So what's the difference of, this being, in my house being considered illegal or in somebody's possession being considered illegal versus the companies that are selling that product? If they're selling a legal product, doesn't the company get in trouble? If you're selling marijuana to people or cocaine or amphetamines to people, then don't you get in trouble for that? Is it not against the law to do that? Where do we fucking divide that with this? So, fuck it. I hate that Jast got, the boot. It was a really shitty situation, but it is what it is. No, Zoe, I don't want to go to bed. I'm not done talking about stuff yet. So we're going to move on from that topic. Fact of the matter is, if you want to cancel one thing, you got to cancel it all. That's number one. Number two, the law is bogus. Number three, Jast got the shaft. Number four, can't wait to find out what happened. And number five, I've given you all my theories. So we'll see, if anything comes from this or that. But doing what we can. What we're looking at, it's really about the SB 20 bill. I feel like it might have been more of a removal from the convention, less of a ban. In my mind, a ban is do not ever return to this convention. Maybe even a do not return to this convention center situation. Bans, to me, in my context and frame of mind, the way my mind works, having done and worked conventions for so many years, my mind is this is less of a ban and more of a, hey, this could be problematic, it could cause issues, maybe we get rid of it. But like I also said in the video, it could have been out of anger, malice, we don't know. And getting the bits and pieces of what we do and what we don't know together it's all part of the puzzle, right? And I think over time we'll get more information on that, but this SB 20 stuff is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Texas lawmakers are absolutely wild in these days, and the fact of the matter is, what it is in that bill, the frame of it all is you can go to literal prison, be put on sex offender registries and all kinds of stuff for simply owning, say, a copy of Gochi Yusa, which, I own a copy of that DVD. In the same vein, however, you could also go to federal prison if a judge, it's all about the context of who's making the accusations, who's filing the charge, and the judge that is, proceeding over the things to even say if this case can even happen. Like, there's a whole side to the legal system that is just fried. It's what happens when your country is fragmented into 50 different states that all want to have their own different legal systems, but also be united under the same banner. It's as dumb as you think it is, right? So the fact of the matter is, like I said, you could be charged for having a copy of, say, Family Guy, or I'm trying to think of something else that has that context. What about Big Mouth, right? If you own any of these, multi-billion-dollar corporation, father corporations trickled down, pieces of media that they in turn created, like, if you're going to try to cancel or make something illegal, first of all, understand what you're trying to make illegal. Just like with cannabis, they don't know what the hell they're even talking about when it comes to these types of laws and when it comes to anime in general. A lot of people don't. In the context of that bill, though, yeah, Family Guy could be illegal. There's clips in this video, there's clips all over the internet. You got to understand that it's a whole wacky freaking thing. Jast USA is very important. I think any convention, even with this legality thing, I would understand why Sanjapan would remove them. Again, no hate on Sanjapan whatsoever. I love the event. I'm already looking forward to next year. But Jast is very important, right? Like I said in the video, if you can't sell visual novels and anime-related content at an anime convention, where in the world are they supposed to sell it? Like, the boots on the ground people who built anime have been getting crushed under the heel of corporations that want to own anime, control anime, and censor it to their liking, for whatever reason, this or that. The censorship wars are happening with gaming. They're happening with anime. They're going to happen with everything you love if this continues to go as far as it does. Not just in Texas, but maybe even in other parts of the country, other parts of the world. I don't see other countries being as absolutely fucking ridiculously stupid as our country has been over the last couple of years, for sure. But it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So do yourselves all a big favor and just research what you're looking into. Try to understand this or that. And, watch more anime, right? That's what it's really all about. Understanding comes with experience. And there's too many people out there who are not, making these laws. Again, there's been no enforcing of this law at all. None. So we can't say enforcing these laws, but creating these laws, putting them in place, and the people that are going to be reporting people for these laws. Right now, you can go to an influencer that you don't like, who, if you know they're in Texas, and be like, hey, these people have CSAM material. I see it in their stream. There's let's just fucking use it for reference, a Kodomo no Jikan statue in this guy's background. That's grounds and recourse enough to have their house searched, which they're not going to find anything but anime stuff most likely, but it's enough reason to be scared, to be frightened, you know, with all of the rights being violated and just human decency being stepped on, especially in Texas. And it's bad, guys. It's really, really bad. But yeah, man, go watch more anime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. We're back. The channel's about to start moving. Let's go.